This video is for any Christian, any evangelical, anyone who may not even be a believer but wants to protect the lives of innocent babies. And this is talking about Amendment 4 that is currently on the ballot that will be getting voted on and is currently being voted on in early elections. We need to understand what Amendment 4 is, and you need to know why you need to vote no on Amendment 4 and spread the word. What Amendment 4 is it will be changing the Florida State Constitution, which is currently set that abortion is illegal under certain physical health circumstances after 6 weeks. This bill will allow, or this amendment will change permanently the Florida Constitution to allow abortion to be allowable up to the time of birth. The whole amendment has been shaded in ambiguity, and they purposefully do not define the key terms like is typical within a constitutional amendment. This amendment, while it was in its petition stage, and I remember when this was happening, it was using vague terminology where it did not define the healthcare provider, it did not define the patient health, it did not define viability, and it did not define government interference, which is unlikely to have been understood by anyone who was trying to make sense of this. And this is not typical in Florida constitutional amendments. The portion of this bill that concerns me the most is that it allows the killing of babies up until the time of birth, which that is where most abortionists make a lot of money because they want to harvest and sell the organs of the babies. But in order to do so, the baby has to be alive. And going from 6 weeks, which I'm completely against as well, I'm a complete abolitionist, but going from 6 weeks and then allowing it up to birth is just insane to me. Now, another item that you need to be understanding is that when it does not define the healthcare provider and it does not define patient health, that is a huge issue because currently in the Florida State Constitution, the only time an abortion would be permittable after 6 weeks is if it was to save a pregnant woman's life, to prevent serious risk to a pregnant woman's physical health, if the fetus is not expected to survive pregnancy, that's viability, and if the pregnancy is a result of rape or incest. Now, for those of you who would push back and say, no, we do need to have abortion for the causes in cases of rape and incest, I want to throw a statistic your way. In the state of Florida in 2023, there were 84,000 abortions reported. Out of those 84,000, 71% of the total amount of abortions were reported as elective. 23% were for social or economic reasons, 3% were for the mother's emotional or psychological health, and less than 2% was for the mother's physical health, and even less than that was for a health condition. Now, out of the 84,000, there was only 251 abortions that met the criteria of the last three here. The 251 out of the 84,000, think about that, 0.3% were to save the mother's life. That's 0.3%, less than 1%. 107 of that 250, that's 0.1% as well. 0.1% was due to rape, and only 11 was due to incest, and 2 due to human trafficking. So using the excuse that this is abortions necessary for rape or incest, if we can just move past that and say, out of those 251, I don't want any of those, but let's focus on the other thousands of babies that are being murdered. And the problem right now is that they will use this excuse to continue to push for abortion and abortion rights and freedom and choice and to save the mother's life. That is a minuscule statistic. That's not the real reason. If you looked at that statistic, 71% of the total abortions were elective, meaning it was just what they wanted to do. So when you see Amendment 4, you must vote no. You have to vote no. This cannot pass. The amendment also does not allow parents to weigh in on this. And since it doesn't determine and describe the healthcare provider, a school gym coach could technically give authorization for a young woman to go have an abortion. It does give parental notification, but only after the fact. The parents don't have to consent. And this is the only medical decision in the state of Florida in which parents have absolutely no say. You've got to vote no on Amendment 4. If you're curious on more information of this, I would highly suggest you go to www.donoharmflorida.org. Vote no on Amendment 4. Please share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Thank you.